Hello and welcome to Around the Region. I'm your host, Whitney Stinson. On the program tonight, the Lloydminster Association for Community Living is hot off a big-ticket fundraising breakfast. They're gaining momentum and the president comes on to talk about their future. But first, the border city is in an economic boom. Here to talk about its recent rise is Mayor Jeff Mulligan. He takes the chair right now on Around the Region. As promised, Mayor Jeff Mulligan is here to take the hot seat. Thank you so much for coming in again, Mayor Mulligan.
Always good to be with you, Whitney.
Let's talk about, you've had a pretty busy summer thus far. You're coming off a number of meetings. Most recently, you were at the AUMA Mayor's Caucus in Calgary. Tell me what you gleaned from that meeting.
Well, you know, one of the nice things was getting together with the Mayor of Slave Lake and having her update all the mayors on how they handled that, what's left to be done, the lessons learned, so that we can learn from these things so we can be prepared. Not that we're probably going to have a forest fire surround our city, but you know, we could have anything from, you name it, tornadoes and what have you. So it's important to get updates and understand what your emergency measures, where they might be lacking. Right. So that was very good. And from there we moved on to looking at the leadership hopefuls of the provincial PC party. And we gained great insight over a day in interviewing, discussing, asking questions with 5 of the 6 leaders. Ted Morton opted not to come to the Mayor's Caucus meeting. Did you get a chance to sort of get your input in there into who you thought would be best to represent Alberta? We really did, and you know, the nice news is that there are some really bright candidates. Good. And with all very different ideas about what will make Alberta hum. And some are focused on bringing the party back together, some are focused on the economy, and some are focused on how to build great municipalities. Interestingly, the Alberta Party is closest to municipalities because they have a municipal leader. He was previously the mayor of Hinton, so, and Glenn Taylor. But from the leadership hopefuls for the PC party, I think there's 3 frontrunners emerging as what we're seeing. Certainly Gary Marr, just simply on reputation. We also see emerging Doug Griffiths as someone to really be listened to, bringing great ideas forward. Hasn't been in cabinet, and that's probably the knock, but doing great things. And then last, you know, certainly not least, someone who seems to be making real ground right now is Doug Horner. Let's switch gears there a little bit and talk about, you know, instead of the Alberta leaders, let's talk about you as a leader. Recently featured on Sask Business Magazine. Congratulations. And I read the article. Great little article on Lloydminster there. What do you think it is that we're doing here in Lloydminster that's gaining interest province-wide? Well, you know, when you start being recognized by independent parties as one of the 10 best places in both provinces to do business, number 2 entrepreneurial city, we start being recognized one of the best 25 centres in Western Canada, people start to take note. They want to know why. Success breeds success. People want to be around winners. And Lloydminster is starting more and more and more to be represented as one of those winning communities. People want to find out what's our secret sauce. And the Sask Business Magazine has great coverage in Saskatchewan. I checked into the hotel in PA for the Mayor's Caucus there, and the lady at the front desk said, "Oh, I know who you are," and she had the magazine sitting there. So there's great circulation. And for Lloydminster, for economic development, for the chamber, for the companies that were featured in that magazine, that's it's got great read, great circulation, and I've probably had more positive comments about that than any other article I've been covered in. Let's talk about that a little bit deeper. What is the secret sauce? What does make Lloydminster a great place to do business? Well, for sure, a secret sauce is the cost of living, our taxation regime, the ability to be 240 kilometers away from the cities is our greatest strength and our greatest weakness. It makes us a service center. We have a higher than average discretionary income for our people. And so depending on what market you might be in, this is a reasonably good place to start a business. Of course, every business owner out there right now will be going, "Oh, but I can't get staff, Jeff." And we have the rental housing question. But overall, if you compare us to almost every other city, this is a very good place that you can probably predict a reasonable margin if you start a business here. We're going to talk more about this just on the other side of this break.